We're asking questions tonight about the future of artificial intelligence in classrooms. A survey by Junior Achievement projects 44% of students will likely use AI to do their homework this year. 60% of teens consider using it to cheat, and nearly half said they know someone who used AI to do their schoolwork. Joining me now is the Ohio Education Association's president, Scott DeMauro. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Let's start with what it is that leads to more students choosing to cheat with this technology readily available.
Well, I've been teaching for 32 years, and every time there's a development of new technology, I think it's human nature that students will have a natural tendency to want to find shortcuts. We saw that with the advent of Google and how Google searches could shortcut the research process. We've seen it, with cell phone usage in schools. It's not surprising to see it with tools like ChatGPT. I think it's up to us as educators to get ahead of this and to make sure that we have clearly established guardrails in place so that students can use this as a tool for learning in a productive way rather than as a tool for cheating.
Yeah, and how is it that educators are reacting with the work being done and then the students potentially not retaining the information? How can they combat that?
Well, it's interesting. Just like any change in education, people will be all across the board in terms of how they feel about it. There are some who feel very threatened by this change and others who are embracing it and using this as an opportunity to change the dynamic for teaching and learning in the classroom. So I think it's not surprising, again, that students may be a little bit ahead of the curve in some cases because students have a tendency to naturally adapt to whatever new technology is out there, and sometimes it takes us a little bit longer to adapt. But I think with time, you're going to see more and more teachers with those guardrails in place using this as a positive tool for learning. And instead of students learning or losing content or losing learning opportunities, they're actually going to learn more.
Yeah, speaking of, what would be some of the examples? How are the ways that teachers can take advantage of the technology and make it beneficial in education?
Well, there's a wide variety of things. And the first thing I need to say and be clear about is that there will never be any substitute for a caring, qualified, committed educator in the classroom providing that support for every single student. Artificial intelligence can supplant teaching. It will never replace the role of the teacher. But teachers are finding that there are tools with artificial intelligence technology that allow us to more individualize instruction with students, to provide one-on-one assistance and support and intervention with students who need extra help. It can be used as a great tool for feedback. I know over the years, I'm a high school social studies teacher, carrying piles and piles of essays home with me, on the weekends to grade, and then it might take a week or longer before students get those grades back and get that feedback. Now with these tools, we can provide much more real-time feedback for students. So that it has the potential to help students and certainly to make teachers' lives better and use their time more efficiently. But what we really need is time for professional development and training to do this right.
As with most technology, it is risk and reward. AI certainly getting a lot of attention here. Scott DeMauro, president of the Ohio Education Association, thank you so much for joining us here tonight.
Thank you, Brooke. Good to be with you.